Good morning. This is the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name's Dave Burney.
I'm Jeremy Scheib. Good morning.
Good morning, Jeremy.
Hello.
You're not Brent, you're Jeremy.
Yes. Yep.
I can see that. If I can just remember it when I'm doing all the little logo deals. Apologize for a little glitch this morning on KCNI, KBBN, a little silence, which you hate you absolutely hate in radio. I don't know for sure. I don't understand the relationship that this automation system has between the two radio stations separately. Sometimes a change on one side causes problems on the other, and so that's what happened this morning. Without any further detail, I just won't mess with it during the news anymore. I'm not going to make any changes on one station as far as some things until news is over. It's just not worth it.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you don't understand it, don't do it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. A few things that we want to talk about here today. First of all, we're going to have a busy show. We're going to have a lot of great guests in. Bonfire and Arrow Hotel will be in, and they're going to be live here in the studio. We're also going to be talking about some job openings there separately before we visit with, I think, Scott and Abby will be in, more than likely, from Bonfire and the hotel. Custer Public Power, Rick Nelson coming in today, and Mid-Plains Community College. Also, a remote broadcast from Mason City today with John down at GunSense, and that, I believe, will be Facebook Live, correct?
Yep, it will be. We'll be there in his shop, kind of taking a glance around there and then talking about what they've got going on in the shop and outside of the shop tomorrow. Tomorrow,
big day tomorrow at GunSense in Mason City. So we'll look forward to visiting with John and watching John and you guys on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Now, quickly stopped by last night. I was up to Mom's. We were getting ready to prepare to pot some tomatoes. And I remembered the EMS Appreciation Night took place.
Yeah.
And so I stopped by on my way home from Mom's place, and it looks like they had a very nice turnout for that. So we're very happy about that, and got a chance to thank some of the EMTs and folks there for what they do. Again, Jeremy, as you know, 95% of the folks who you see during emergencies are volunteers.
Yeah.
Whether it be fire department or EMTs and all of the things that we take for granted, they train for year-round and spend a lot of their personal time away from families taking care of us. So, and they had a wonderful meal there and some prizes, and looks like they had a great turnout. So
that's good.
Happy about that. Then we'll be trying to compete with the wind today. It's going to pick up out of the south today, gusting up to 40 miles an hour. And I'm sure the cowboys and cowgirls out at the fairgrounds would prefer a calmer day, but we're not going to get one. We did have some thunder last night, a little noise. My wife told me. I wouldn't have known otherwise, but I thought maybe we'd have a little rain in the gauge this morning, but just a sprinkle or two. So a little noise and no moisture. So for the rodeo, that's good because they're still, wanting to get this final day in, even though it's going to be a little windy. The cowboys and cowgirls will they'll do their competition no matter what.
Yeah.
So we'll be out there trying to find a sheltered place to talk with some of the athletes so that we can have those reports on KCNI.
Yeah. I asked a couple of kids about that yesterday because it was a little bit windy when we were talking. And they said, the wind, we wish it wasn't here, but it doesn't really affect too much. A lot of the events, they throw a rope in. They're not throwing it too far. The wind doesn't really have enough time to catch it. And they said if anything, it's just inconvenient.
Yeah, makes it a little bit more work.
Wears you out more.
Yeah. So we'll catch up with Cowboys and Cowgirls again today, and you'll hear those on KCNI.
Mm-hmm.
And we enjoyed that yesterday. I hope you enjoyed them. And then track, a full day of track, I believe, today. We've been having some half-day activities at Burke with the state tournament. Today, I think Brent and Gavin will have a full day.
Yep. It's classes B and C at the track today, so that would involve area schools Broken Bow, Arcadia Loop City, and South Loop.
All right, that's going to be fun. And those reports will start in the 10 o'clock hour right after we get done with the breakfast show. And they'll go all day and probably, in this case, at least through the late afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And they'll cover everything for you, more interviews with some of the contestants who can, that Gavin can get a hold of after the events or before. Those have been fun to listen to.
Yeah, those have been great. And they really listen well, and those kids are really excited. They're right in the moment. They're still out of breath after competing, and they're still trying to comprehend that they've gotten a medal and are one of the best in the state. It's pretty cool.
Very, very cool. And a lot of them mention, and I know Gavin brings it up, which is a worthy note, that they're just happy to be there this year after last year.
Yeah.
So it makes it even more special.
It does.
So 4 full days of that. They'll be going again tomorrow. And depending on who all gets into and qualifies for Saturday, that will kind of determine our coverage on Saturday. That all comes your way on KBBN.
Yep.
Anything I'm missing?
There's something. I'll think about it.
Okay, it'll come to you.
Yeah, there was something else, but
Jeremy spent a few extra hours here yesterday with commercial inventory. And
yeah, the Memorial Day's coming up, and that's always kind of something that requires a little bit more work, but it's a great program, obviously, that we run on Memorial Day. And we've got some great Memorial Day salutes that have some amazing stories in them that some local businesses are going to be bringing to you folks on Memorial Day on KCNI at 10 in the morning is when that's going to play. And it was kind of preparing a lot of those and getting those ready to be recorded today. So definitely listen in for that program. I think that was one of the things I wanted to promo. Can't promo that too early.
Right.
Memorial Day, obviously a day that a lot of people recognize as an extended weekend, but at its core, right there is the reason that we should be grateful to have that day because of the men and women that sacrificed their lives for our country. So Listen for those features. There's some amazing stories about some soldiers that gave the ultimate sacrifice in order to save their fellow soldiers' lives. So
and of course, affecting families' lives forever. So it covers just about everyone. And I don't know for sure. I'll be the one here on Memorial Day. Last year, I think I did that show live, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm not sure whether I'm going to do it live or pre-record it. Probably live.
Yeah.
Since I'll be here anyway, and always look forward to that. That was something new last year, and people really liked it. It was actually created last year because there weren't I don't believe there were very few Memorial Day ceremonies that were held last year due to the COVID situation. And so we put it together last year, and it was popular enough that people want to hear it again, and the businesses want to support it. But these messages, by the way, you'll hear. You're already hearing
all
some
next
of them,
week,
and
too.
all next week.
Yeah, we're going to have quite a few of them next week, and when you hear them pop onto your radio, just kind of take a listen. There's all kinds of stories. Some of these man, you just can't imagine the split-second decisions that some of these men and women had to make. You know, stories of this guy wrestling with someone who was attacking him and his fellow troops, and a grenade came out.
Yeah.
So he put his helmet over the grenade and smothered it with his body, sacrificed himself to save his 10 fellow soldiers. You know,
brothers,
it's just amazing. And those are the kind of stories we'll be hearing.
Well, they're very inspirational and humbling. So we already have some of those going, and there'll be more. You'll be hearing more on both radio stations, and then the Memorial Day program at 10 a.m. on that Monday. The other thing maybe that you were thinking about, not trying to tell you what to think, but I know that we are getting into full swing on the Nebraska Land Days promotion.
Yeah.
I noticed you were building some more buckets yesterday.
Yep, the girls went and delivered a bunch of buckets yesterday. So listen to that promo. We can bring the sponsor list in here later, and you'll hear the promo too. But we've got those buckets out and distributed. The contest page of sandhillsexpress.com is active. You can register there. So nothing wrong with dropping your name in those buckets, and also going online to our contest page each day and entering there. We've got 4 pairs of tickets to each concert that we'll be drawing for. Half of them we'll draw for through online registrations, and half of them we'll draw for through the bucket registrations.
All right. And the bucket is missing, so our new little cow lost its perch.
Oh, bummer.
But the bucket had to go out.
Yep, bucket had to go out, had to be used, so cow's just hanging out in here now.
We do want to say good morning to Elsie, the dairy cow, who is back in her seat.
Yep.
Doing what she does best, listening to the breakfast show. She doesn't say much.
No.
Yeah, the new little Custer Federal cow, I don't think we've named it yet, and we have the herd behind us here.
Yep.
And we were told recently by Paul Burney that those are Herefords, and the black bull up front is a crossbreed.
Okay.
So
we got nine total here in the studio now.
yeah, all the way from pretty good size down to little ones. I have to say, when we had the kids in from the rodeo yesterday, which was great, by the way, we really enjoyed that, we moved Elsie out and put her by the door here, so we had room to put the kids in the seats. And I don't know if you caught yourself doing this yesterday, but when I walked through here, I thought, I would see that out of the corner of my eye, and I thought there was a dog standing there.
No, I was cracking up at seeing those kids being like, what kind of radio show are we going on? They got to move the inflatable cow so we can have a place to sit.
These are adults?
What's going on here?
Oh, they were great kids. And everybody we interviewed yesterday, wonderful. And I did have a few say, no, I don't think I want to talk on the radio. Or one guy says, no, I'm good, thanks.
I didn't have any of those,
No,
Dave.
you didn't have any of
Everyone
those.
wanted to talk to me.
Well, I told you it was a little weird yesterday because I was thinking I need to be out of the wind. So I lifted the hatch on my vehicle, and I sit in the end of it, and I would try to catch kids coming by. Now, if you're a young cowgirl and there's this old guy sitting in the back of a car going, hey, young lady, you want to come over here and do an interview?
I'll put you on the radio.
Yeah, come on over here. I'll put you on the air. And I'm sure that, but they were, they were great.
Yeah,
They were great.
those kids have a lot going on too. I
Yeah.
can't imagine the hustle and bustle that was going on down there. Is all I wanted to do was, just try to have some quick conversations and not get in anybody's way.
Yeah.
I know how that goes with competitions. Maybe you're trying to get in the right frame of mind or something like that. I was just trying to get around in the area when they had more than 20 minutes before they had to go on.
Yeah, that's the thing. You don't want to interfere with their routine. They were great, and we're going to do 10 more of those, I think, today.
Yep.
So we'll have 10 more interviews on KCNI for you. And if you, again, see some of those folks at the restaurants or around town, because they do come uptown, be sure and thank them for coming to Broken Bow in Custer County. And hopefully we can have them back again. And a big thank you to all the volunteers who put the rodeo on. Without those folks, again, we wouldn't have one, at least here in Broken Bow.
No.
Okay, I wanted to talk a little bit about Stan out at the Whiskey Barrel this morning. I noticed for the first time that I know he changed his message on his sign with an apology.
Yeah, I sent that to you. I was driving by and saw that.
Yeah.
I never got to see the original.
My wife told me about it, but I didn't see it either firsthand. But Joan explained to me it was kind of a joke about cats, and that's as far as I'll go with it.
I guess all it took was one person seeing it.
Well, you either love cats or you don't. So he must have riled up some folks who love cats. And he has an apology up on the sign. That's the first time I've ever seen that.
Wow.
Because, well, first of all, Stan's are hardly ever wrong.
Yeah. Well, there's a first time for everything.
Yeah, everybody can be wrong, or
Slip
maybe not intentionally hurt anybody's feelings or upset them, but sometimes you see the humor in it and somebody else doesn't, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, there's the sign up there. Watch for future slogans and thoughts, because Stan likes to do that every once in a while. One of the things about the Whiskey Barrel that we always want to mention when we're talking about it is that's just what this store is. It's dedicated to being a spirit store for your beer and spirits and wines and so forth. And so Stan doesn't have a lot of fancy, glitzy specials. He just watches the competition, has his markup that he needs to make a living and pay his help. And so you don't have to really worry about that. You walk in, you know you're paying a fair price for whatever product you're picking up.
Yep.
You won't be with a leader or something like that to get you in, and then you'll find that the prices are high on everything else. Just not that way at Whiskey Barrel. That's the way Stan works.
Yep, and the prices are on each bottle. So
yep, you'll know. And you always have the availability of a good conversation with Stan or the great people that work in there. They're all great. They're open 7 days a week, and they appreciate your business. And with Memorial Day coming up, that's a really big kickoff for camping and outdoor activities. Remember that if you bring your cooler in, with purchase, you can get free ice. And when you put the beverages out of Stan's cooler in your cooler, you actually warm it up.
Mm-hmm.
It's right on the edge of freezing is the way he likes to keep his beers.
Yep.
So stop in. They're open 7 days a week, a little shorter day on Sunday, but they're still there for you. And you'll always find good, friendly service at the Whiskey Barrel in Broken Bow, located between Subway and Vet Care on the south side of Highway 2, right there at First Avenue. And that takes care of that. I wondered if you would want to talk a little bit about the Warriors of the Light Conference. That's coming up tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow it's coming up. And I know this is an event that they promote for a while, trying to get everyone to find some time on their calendar before things really get crazy in the summer. They've got this going on tomorrow from 9:30 until 4. Cost for the conference is only $20. You can register by calling 870-2191 or online at warriorsofthelightconference.weebly.com. Now, I'm sure they're kind of figuring out the food already at this point since the event is tomorrow. But I would imagine that if you showed up and told Ellen, hey, I didn't know I was going to have this availability until today, she'd welcome you into the conference for sure. So definitely go and attend this. They've got welcome and worship to start the day. Speakers throughout the day, including Tara Holland, Deb Kennedy, Jessica Mose, and Ellen Mortensen. They'll have lunch in the middle of the day, which is included for your registration. And then they'll close the day with more worship. So go and check it out. Warriors of the Light Women's Conference. This is at the One Box Convention Center tomorrow from 9:30 until 4.
All right. Thank you very much. Yes, they'd love to have you. And again, I know there's a $20 fee there. If you are not in a situation where you can pay that $20, talk to Ellen about it. She wants everybody to come that would like to come, whether they have $20 or not. So keep that in mind. It's for a good cause. Birthdays today. Keely Butler celebrating a birthday today. Happy birthday to Keely. Kathy Eberly. Now that would be Christy's younger sister. So she's not had as many birthdays as Christy, but she's having one today. So happy birthday to Kathy Eberly. Debbie Coleman. Happy birthday to you. Brittany Ann Toof, happy birthday to you. And Eric Landkammer. I cannot believe that Eric is 60 years old today. I believe Eric is living in Milford, Nebraska. Eric family here in Broken Bow for many years. So happy birthday to all you folks out there. Today you're celebrating a birthday with Ron Isley of the Isley Brothers. He's 80 years old today. They had a lot of big hits. And also Mr. T.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I pity the fool. Who doesn't have a birthday today?
There you go. Mr. T's 69 years old today.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Those are just...
Man, he could still whoop my butt.
Yeah, sure he could. Oh, Mr. T. Almost forgot about Mr. T.
Yeah.
So you're celebrating birthdays today with Mr. T, amongst others, folks. And if you're celebrating a birthday, of course, we don't know all the birthdays. We just know a few to highlight. Happy birthday to you. This is also NASCAR Day.
Oh, cool.
Kind of set aside for this Friday because the first race was February 15th, 1948 in Daytona. And that's the NASCAR hosted its first race on February 5th, 1948 on this day.
Cool.
Yeah. And that brings us to the fact that we might talk a little bit about stock car races next weekend.
Yeah. Next weekend we're going to be in Lexington. They've got some special race cars coming in to race, and then, of course, all of the regular race cars that are local to the area will be racing too. There's a great night ahead for the entire family when you decide to go to the Dawson County Raceway. Chad Dolan does a great job. He's the promoter there. From a free Coke product and a hot dog when you are one of the first 100 people to show up to having people keep an eye on the ticket so they can spin for a prize throughout the evening while watching the races. There's always something going on for everybody.
Big screen TVs, they give away those every race.
They do candy tosses for the kids, so all kinds of stuff.
Going to be a great race day, and special cars coming in, I think, for Memorial Day from all over the country. So we'll also be doing some broadcasting from there.
Yep, hoping to do some driver interviews in the pits and maybe play some music there at the entrance.
We'll see how it works out.
Yep.
And again, thanks to Chad. He's such a wonderful guy to work with. We appreciate him using KBBN to promote the races in Lexington, Nebraska. All right, let's play the game today and see what we have. See if we have somebody out there that wants to win a prize.
All right, we're playing for a Taco John's free crispy beef taco token. So that sounds pretty good for a Friday. We're doing more Shrek trivia because it was released 20 years ago. This is a simple question. What is the donkey's name? Is it A, donkey, B, sneezer, C, Bob, or D, Harry? 872-2801. Tell us what the donkey's name from Shrek is.
Hey you there, listening to the radio. Yep, I'm talking to you. Do you like money? Do you like saving time? Do you like convenience? Well, you're in luck. At Nebraska State Bank, they can help you with all of those things. When you're a customer of NSB, you'll have access to all kinds of safe, convenient, and fast ways to manage your money, such as online bill pay, card valet, and the NSB mobile app, and notified text banking. With all of their locations here in Custer County, they're close to where you live, play, and work. Check them out online at nesb.bank or see them at any branch. Now, aren't you glad you listened? Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
Visit The Secret Garden all throughout May. They're open every day. Make sure when you're browsing their great selection of plants that you remember to enter their gift certificate drawing, featuring $100, $75, $50, and $25 prizes. 1 Corinthians 3, verse 7. So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God who makes things grow. The Secret Garden, open every day in May, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow is your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, and they are happy to help you relieve your seasonal allergies with over-the-counter products like Flonase. Unlike most allergy pills, Flonase relieves nasal congestion plus runny nose, itchy nose, sneezing, itchy eyes, and watery eyes. Right now, save $2 on Flonase with the in-store coupon. Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
7:55. We did get a call on that. We'll go ahead and have Jeremy give you the answer so you won't drive yourself crazy the rest of the weekend.
The donkey's name in Shrek is Donkey. Voiced by Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, yes. Really good. He
yeah,
does
great
a great job
character.
at that. Yeah.
Perfect for it.
Yes.
And what better name for a donkey than Donkey?
Donkey's perfect. Yeah, that's very good. All right, good to have you folks along at 7:55. We're going to get a little music up for you here from the Rolling Stones in a moment. Before we do that, we want to tell you that we do have our guests coming in from Bonfire, Custer Public Power, Mid-Plains Community College, and we'll be going down to Mason City and talking with John at Gun Sense about all the activities he's got going on tomorrow in Mason City.
For the eventuality that we might need to boost people. We don't know whether we will have to do it and when we will have to do it.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here was a look at state news. I'm Gavin Higgins. A Chadron woman accused of attacking Chadron police last month as they investigated a bar fight has pleaded guilty to all charges despite strong recommendations not to from her attorney. 25-year-old Tori Lame loudly and repeatedly told Judge Travis O'Gorman she wanted to plead guilty to assault, attempted assault, resisting arrest, criminal trespass, and causing a disturbance. Lame said her attorney, Dawes County Public Defender Becca Chosick, was not doing her work on the case, but when O'Gorman offered to appoint her another attorney, Lame refused while denying that she was serving as her own lawyer. County Attorney Vance Hogg told the judge that Chosick was providing strong counsel for Lame and that they had worked out 2 different plea agreements with much lower penalties, which Lame had rejected. Repeatedly telling Lame in her increasingly strong and stern voice to, quote, stop talking, Judge O'Gorman asked what legal training she had and why she thought she knew the law better than Chosick. Lame replied that, quote, obviously I know what I did was wrong, and that she just wanted to get the case over. At that point, O'Gorman accepted the guilty plea to all charges, ordered a pre-sentence investigation, and set sentencing for June 15th. The charges stemmed from an April 9th incident in which Lame broke a glass during a bar fight, then began arguing with police when they arrived. The confrontation escalated and Lame assaulted and kicked an officer, then kicked and bit a second before she was subdued with a taser. Nebraskans receiving Social Security income will pay less in taxes on that income each year until it's fully exempt in 2030 under a bill that won final approval from lawmakers yesterday. Lawmakers passed the gradual tax phase-out on a 41-0 vote, and now heads to Governor Pete Ricketts, who is expected to sign it. The bill by Senator Brett Lindstrom of Omaha would reduce the taxes paid on Social Security income by 5% this year, 20% next year, and 30% in 2023. The exemption would continue to grow until it hits 100% in 2030. Supporters argue that the bill would help ease the tax burden on seniors and make Nebraska attractive compared to neighboring states that don't tax Social Security, including Iowa.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
The NBA postseason continued with the final play-in game in the Eastern Conference, with the Wizards rolling over the Pacers 142-115. Bradley Beal had 25 points, Russell Westbrook 18 points and 15 assists in the win for Washington as they earned the 8th seed. They'll face the number 1 seed Philadelphia in a series that starts on Sunday. Indiana's season is over. NHL playoffs, Panthers beat the Lightning 6-5 in overtime. Ryan Lomberg gets the game winner in sudden death. Tampa Bay still has a 2-1 series advantage. Penguins outscored the Islanders 5-4. Brandon Tanev's third period goal was the difference as Pittsburgh grabs a 2-1 series lead. Canadiens edge the Maple Leafs 3-2. Paul Byron's shorthanded goal in the third was the difference. Montreal grabs the 1-0 series advantage. And the Golden Knights were down 2-0. They score 5 unanswered and a 5-2 win over the Wild in Minnesota. Vegas has a 2-1 series lead. Golf after the first round of the PGA Championship. Canadian Corey Connors is your leader after an opening round 67. He's at 5 under par for a 2-stroke lead over a group of 6 players.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll have mostly cloudy conditions with high temperatures working up into the lower 80s. We'll have our winds gusty from the south at 15 to 25. Then for tonight, partly cloudy skies, still breezy, a low of 63. For Saturday, a slight chance for an afternoon shower or storm, otherwise partial sunshine, low 80s for highs. And for Sunday, chance for an afternoon storm, 83. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
Market declines, unemployment, oil prices. Today's headlines can be scary. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor Janet Lawhorn. I'll work with you to help you understand the impact of short-term events and how to be positioned for the long term. We provide the tools for a reasoned, disciplined approach to investing. Don't let headlines derail your long-term financial security. Stop by our office on the north side of the square in Broken Bow for a face-to-face appointment. Edward Jones, Making Sense of Investing, member SIPC.
62 degrees outside under a cloudy sky, a little darker out there right now. And the winds are not terrible out of the southeast, 5 and 10 miles per hour. They are going to be a factor later today, as we mentioned. Barometric pressures at 29.98 and rising. Humidity at 93%. High temperature yesterday was 76. That came to us right around 5 o'clock, and was very, very nice evening, actually. Again, that's kind of the trend here lately. We'll get cloudy skies, a little breezy, and then after we get towards 5, 6 o'clock, it seems to be a nicer part of the day, which is kind of nice. An overnight low of 60. Sunrise at 6:14. Sunset today at 8:58. A trace of precipitation in the rain gauge this morning, as we mentioned. A little thunder and noise, but just a few sprinkles overnight early this morning. So we're holding at an inch 42 for the month. That's a look at weather and news on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We'll be back with more right after these words.
Visit the Secret Garden all throughout May. They're open every day. Make sure when you're browsing their great selection of plants that you remember to enter their gift certificate drawing, featuring $100, $75, $50, and $25 prizes. 1 Corinthians 3, verse 7. So neither the one who plants nor the one who waters is anything, but only God who makes things grow. The Secret Garden, open every day in May, 2 1/4 miles west of Myrna on Highway 92 and a half a mile north.
Hey you there, listening to the radio. Yep, I'm talking to you. Do you like money? Do you like saving time? Do you like convenience? Well, you're in luck. At Nebraska State Bank, they can help you with all of those things. When you're a customer of NSB, you'll have access to all kinds of safe, convenient, and fast ways to manage your money, such as online bill pay, card valet, and the NSB mobile app, and notified text banking. With all of their locations here in Custer County, they're close to where you live, play, and work. Check them out online at nesb.bank or see them at any branch. Now, aren't you glad you listened? Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow is your locally owned Health Mart pharmacy, and they are happy to help you relieve your seasonal allergies with over-the-counter products like Flonase. Unlike most allergy pills, Flonase relieves nasal congestion plus runny nose, sneezing, itchy eyes, and watery eyes. Right now, save $2 on Flonase with the in-store coupon. Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
It's 8:08. Jeremy.
8:08, Bob time.
Bob time?
Yeah, on a digital clock, it looks like Bob.
Really?
Yeah, one of those
I
random
never
things.
noticed that.
You look at a clock and see 8:08, you don't think Bob? That's one of those weird things for me, I guess.
I've never thought about it that way.
Bob time. 8:08.
Okay, I'll remember that. Next time I'll look up, it's 8:08, I'll think Bob.
You won't be able to not think it. By the way, Bob Bowles had a birthday recently.
What?
It was a few days ago. Caller called into Party Line, wished him a happy birthday.
I'll be darned.
I meant to bring it over here to the breakfast show the next day, but forgot.
Understandable. Bob would probably be okay with you forgetting it.
Well, they said, I wonder if he's listening. I know he listens every now and then, either to the breakfast show or to Party Line. And I said, well, knowing the time of year, he's probably out in the garden.
Yes, as much as they can garden there. I know they found it more difficult to garden in the forest than out here in the plains. But I'm sure they've got some flowers and some different vegetables and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he plays music at the farmer's market there.
Oh, cool.
He found a neighbor that they go and play together. But, of course, last year he did not because of COVID. Sent me a little letter saying, sometimes I just go down and wander around the farmer's market area and play my guitar by myself.
We should go out there and witness that sometime. And go pay him a visit and just show up.
Wandering around the empty farmer's market playing his guitar. But now I'm sure he's geared up, and if his new friend is available, they're probably playing it again. So, yeah, happy birthday belated to Bob Bowles. And anybody else, again, who's having a birthday, and now never think of 8:08 the same.
Nope.
We did receive word that we'll not have a guest in from Mid-Plains Community College this morning, unavailable, so scratch that one for today. Hopefully we'll get back on track next week, but we do expect folks in from the Bonfire Grill, and I know that Rick will be in from Custer Public Power, and GunSense will be featured in the 9 o'clock hour live on the breakfast show, and Jeremy and Christy are going to go down and Facebook Live that and put it on the radio, so we'll look forward to that.
Yep, it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right. Sylvester's in Broken Bow, Nebraska. Known for their willingness to bring in live bands and music on weekends, and they have been doing that. They started up doing that again. I think they've had a country band in and a rock band in already.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're going to do another favorite, which is karaoke.
Nice. You're the band.
You are the entertainment tonight at Sylvester's in Broken Bow. If you're a little shy, grab a group of people and go up and sing together. That's the only time I've ever attempted karaoke was
That's
with
the
a
best
big
way
group.
to do it.
Yeah.
And then you don't make sure you aren't the one that has the microphone in your hand, or maybe you like that kind of control. You have the microphone in your hand, then you just put it in front of everyone else except for you.
Yeah, it's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
The good news is, even if you don't get up with a big group and you just want to sit at your table and enjoy the entertainment, it's free and it's fun, and you'll get some really good singers that get up on the stage, and then some who are just having fun.
Yep.
And it's a good atmosphere, and that's going to take place tonight from 9 until 1 at Sylvester's in Broken Bow at the quiet little place that rocks, East Highway 2. So go unwind tonight. Been a busy week. Go in there and sit down and unwind a little bit. Sing if you like. Thunder Karaoke tonight at Sylvester's, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
And Sylvester's is one of the sponsors of the Luke Combs and Toby Keith ticket giveaway. So when you're in there, make sure you put your name in the bucket and get registered.
Well, that's right. They're a participant as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, pizza.
Yeah, we got to talk about pizza.
Oh, of course we do.
Yum.
All right. Chantil is the new manager there. And we met Chantil last summer. She was working at Viera Wireless, and really found her to be a very, very nice young lady. And I know Tammy is thrilled to have her as manager now, and they're getting everything rocking there as before. I think the only thing that they don't have, as you mentioned yesterday, was the buffet at noon, but they have noon all set up, ready to go for you, and you can order those same things, have them bring it to you on your table. You don't even have to do that. So they have a special going on right now. $21.99 special includes a large one topping and a large specialty pizza for $21.99.
Wow.
Toscani Tuesdays, Wing Wednesday, Taco Thursday. That's a large taco for $10. And so those are some of the things going on. They're looking for delivery drivers because they're going to get delivery up to full speed again. And so if you would like to talk to them about that, stop by. Join them every Monday for Pizza in the Parking Lot from 5 until 7 p.m. while supplies last. I think Chantil said last time they did it, they sold out quickly.
30 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
That's fast.
That's fast.
That's moving cars through, too. Wow.
Yeah, so they bake them up. They're ready to go. You can swing through and pick those up on Mondays, 5 until 7 p.m., medium one-topping pizza for $7.
Wow.
And that's beef or pepperoni, hand-tossed crust, and you get a Pepsi product with that, a bottle of Pepsi.
Talk about being the hero in your household. You just swing through, get a already cooked pizza for $7. You walk in, and no one's sad when pizza's the meal.
No. Well, we just heard it's the most popular dish in the country.
Yeah, above steak somehow.
Yeah, I don't totally agree with that.
What about steak pizza? That steak pizza, that would be sure to dominate the top.
With the right texture of bread, that would be pretty good. Or
hand tossed. What kind of crust do you get when you go to Pizza Hut? It's hand tossed or nothing for me.
Really?
Oh yeah, hand tossed or stuffed crust is good.
I'm more of a thin guy.
Oh, you're a thin crust guy?
Yeah.
You like the crunch?
Yeah, the crunch, and pour on the sausage and mushrooms, as far as I'm concerned.
Wow.
Black
thin
olives.
crust, and you like all the toppings.
Yeah. Anything you like at the Pizza Hut, they'll put it together for you. Open 7 days a week. The dining room is open. You can drive through, call ahead. It's all available at the Pizza Hut in Broken Bow. Tell them the Breakfast Show sent you. Music on the way from the Rolling Stones.
Cattlemen, spring is here and things are starting to green up. But alongside the good green like pasture grass and trees come the bad greens, musk thistles, mullenweed, buckbrush, and other weeds. Let Aero Aviation help you get the bad green under control this spring. They use the latest in aircraft and GPS technology and crop protection products while keeping the good green in your pocket. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim today and schedule spring spraying with Aero Aviation, 872-5113.
Spring is here, and there's no better time to tackle that home improvement list. Refresh your current space with the help of a home equity line of credit from Bruning Bank. Our expert team of lenders can turn your home dream into a reality. Outgrowing your current space, our friendly and experienced mortgage loan officers can get you into the home of your dreams. As interest rates remain at fantastic lows, now's the time to update your space, refinance your current mortgage, or purchase a new home. Give us a call or visit us at bruningbank.com. Bruning Bank, Equal Housing Lender, and MLS 473773. Member FDIC.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with Auto Owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow if Auto Owners makes sense for you.
It's all about the nose. It's your air filter, the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses. If too many germs get stuck in your nose, guess what? You get sick. That's why it's so important to keep your nose clean, just like washing your hands. Nasal irrigation gets rid of germs by rinsing the nasal cavity, but neti pots are hard to use and, frankly, kind of gross. Now there's a better way to keep your nose clean and help your body protect itself. It's called Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and viruses. Millions use Navage for fast, all-natural relief from sinus congestion and allergies and to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier without drugs. Navage is easy to use, affordable, and comes with an absolute guarantee of satisfaction. You wash your hands and brush your teeth every day. Now it's time to start cleaning your nose with Navage. At Navage.com, CVS, Walgreens, Bed Bath, Target, and Rite Aid. Navage, Navage. Clean nose, healthy life.
Sorry.
Have you ever seen one of those things?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I don't want to see one.
If they're what I'm thinking they are, you just kind of poke them up to your nose and it sends water through one side and it comes out the other side and just flushes you out.
Well, do we have to have that ad run during breakfast time?
Well, they wouldn't want my voice doing that ad because that guy's, he makes it sound like, Navage. It'll be okay. Just make it a part of your routine. And I'd be like,
just run 25
send
gallons.
water through your nasal cavity.
Yeah, get a 25-gallon bucket and put it in there. Oh, Lord. Well, we don't have control over when those run, so we apologize. But you might want to check one out. It might work. I don't know.
Yeah. Market can't be too saturated at this point.
Don't say saturated. Well, boy. You have some jobs over there you want to talk about, or Circle V, whatever you'd like.
Let's talk about the Nebraska Department of Transportation. They've got a couple of jobs available right now. One of them is for a highway construction technician, 1 or 2 in Broken Bow. They're also looking for a highway maintenance worker in Broken Bow. Now, these jobs obviously differ a little bit, but for a full job description or to apply, you can go to statejobs.nebraska.gov. You can also view these details we're giving you on the employment page of sandhillsexpress.com if you need a reminder on how to apply. An online state application needs to be completed, and you can notify Nebraska state personnel at 402-471-2075 if you need accommodation in the selection process. The state of Nebraska is an equal opportunity veterans preference employer. Again, they're looking for a highway construction technician in Broken Bow and a highway maintenance worker in Broken Bow. These sound like pretty sweet gigs.
Yeah.
Of course,
Good jobs.
working for the Department of Transportation, all kinds of great benefits go along with that. So to check out all of the details, go to statejobs.nebraska.gov and check it out.
All right. Thank you very much. One more job we want to talk about, and then we'll talk about it again later, is Arrow Hotel and Bonfire. They're looking for some helpers.
Yeah, Bonfire Grill Restaurant and Pub is hiring. Each position desires applicants that must be able to work weekends and some holidays. The Bonfire offers competitive wages and benefits. They're looking for full-time and part-time kitchen staff. You can contact Scott or stop by to fill out an application. They're also looking for full-time and part-time serving staff. And for that, you'll want to contact Abby or stop by to fill out an application. For contacts, call 872-6662. And if you are interested, you can also visit the Bonfire Grill Restaurant and Pub in Broken Bow, south side of the square. The Arrow Hotel is also looking to fill a few positions. They have a opening open for a full-time overnight desk receptionist position. And they're also looking for a head housekeeper that would be full-time. And they're also searching for a part-time front desk receptionist for all shifts. The applicants must be able to work weekends and some holidays. As we know, at a hotel and a restaurant, things are always moving and shaking all the time. So that needs to be an availability for you. They offer competitive wage and benefits. For the hotel side of things, contact Cindy at 872-6662 or go see them at the Arrow Hotel for details. 309 South 9th in Broken Bow at the Arrow Hotel and the Bonfire Grill Restaurant and Pub. They are both hiring several positions.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. I want to take time here, and I'm not sure how much different the list from yesterday is for the list today of Junior High State Rodeo final sponsors of the interviews that we've heard. I'm going to thank yesterday's, and if you want to add or subtract any, I don't know how many of those change, but yesterday we had the help of Backbone of Healthcare in Broken Bow, Mead Lumber, Hunter's Towing and Repair of Berwyn, thanks Hunter, V-Bar Trailer Sales, BD of Broken Bow, Power Solutions out on East Highway 2, Chapin's Furniture in Broken Bow, Tumbleweed Cafe, Law Office of Senate, Duncan, Jenkins, and Wickham, and Bass Enterprises, Teresa Bass, thank you, Custer Federal State Bank here in Broken Bow and Kearney, Brett and Michelle Miller Ranch, and Foo Bar and Grill in Anselmo. Thank you, Dan and Tammy. Miller Trucking, thank you very much. Broken Bow Legends Neighborhood Grill, appreciate it, and happy birthday, Keeley. Agland ATV, Nebraska State Bank, Consolidated, Midwest Partitions in Thetford, Grocery Cart Broken Bow, Trotter Fertilizer, Ferreter Auto Parts, Sandhill Oil, State Farm Insurance Agent Donna Cahill, and Pearson Physical Therapy.
Yeah, just a couple additions for today. Central Nebraska Electric, Todd Jonas, thank you very much. Taylor Heating and Cooling as well being added to our sponsors for today. And we'll get more of those interviews and play them for you on KCNI.
All right. We'll have those for you. 8:27. And right now, I look up at the digital clock on the screen. It's 8:27. Does that mean anything?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Now I'm confused.
What do you know about 11:11?
No.
Hey, you're supposed to make a wish at 11:11.
I thought you did that when you broke apart a wishbone.
You do that too, yeah.
Okay. What is 11:11? How does that work?
I don't know.
Okay.
There's no, it's a thing. Like Bob time.
Okay.
8:08.
8:08, 11:11. Our guests in the studio, Rick
Yes,
Nelson and April.
yes.
How you doing, guys?
Just kind of living the dream.
April, I called you a guy. I apologize. You're not a guy. You're a lady.
Well, thank you, Dave. Thank you for the
I didn't mean
correction.
to insult you at all. So hard to be politically correct anymore. I don't even know how to function.
I know, right?
Did you guys know that 8:08 on a digital clock means Bob?
No.
Did you know that, April?
No.
And 11:11 is make a wish, like a wishbone. This is all stuff Jeremy's educated me with this morning.
Jeremy's a smart guy.
I know, but he's making me feel kind of out of it, like I don't know anything.
Well, I think, if I remember right, back in the 80s when the first digital stuff started to show up on your wrist, and calculator.
Yeah. Well, the first
you used to be
calculator.
able to spell all kinds of things.
Yeah. Well, did you have a Texas Instrument calculator when they first came out?
Yeah.
They were quite the deal, weren't they?
Yeah.
I still use mine on a regular basis as I'm balancing my checkbook.
Good for you.
That tells you how old school I am.
Well, I have one on my desk that has the roll of paper because I like to look at the paper, right? Okay.
Okay.
Elsie,
got the technology out of.
We got that little complaint out of the way.
Yeah.
Elsie is beside April there.
So that's Elsie.
Yeah, the dairy cow.
The dairy cow.
Yeah, and she's very quiet. April, you won't have to compete at all in the interviews because she just listens. As you can see, she has the headsets on.
She just listens.
Yeah.
So I see your herd multiplied.
Yeah, we have. And are you cattle people, or do you know cattle, April?
Yes.
You do. Okay. So my son was in. I called those Red Angus. He said no, those are Herefords. And this is Black Angus here, and this is a Black Angus Hereford cross.
Wow.
Yeah, and this is a. I don't know if cattle people say this. I said, is that a bull? Because this came from Custer Federal, this little stuffed toy that they give to kids. And I said, is that a bull? And he said, I don't know. I didn't look at the undercarriage.
Well, let's keep the
I think that's rancher talk.
Let's keep the undercarriage on the shelf.
Yeah. I just never heard that before. On a car I had, but I didn't know they used that term on a cow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the same thing on a car.
What an educational day. What an educational week.
Yeah, the birds and bees and wow. So what have you been up to, Dave?
We've been busy this week and happy to be busy. We've been covering the state track meet.
Yes.
And we have 2 more days of that. And then we've been covering the junior high rodeo that's out at the Custer County Fairgrounds. Been talking to some of the cowboys and cowgirls. And
yeah, that's great.
So it's been busy and getting ready for Memorial Day. And I don't know, you know, people want to take time off during the holidays. I think they should all work on Monday personally. But
I think so too.
But
I can't say that.
April's, she's smiling.
Yeah, well, I know that smile. It's
yes.
not a good one.
No, that's when they start rolling their eyes. That's when you're in trouble.
Yeah,
Rick.
that's when I'm in trouble. Right.
All right, well, we should start over again and be serious.
Well, good morning, Dave.
Good morning, Rick. Rick heads up Custer Public Power. April, also a very important part of the Custer Public Power team. What is your exact title, April?
Customer Service Manager.
That's right. You take care of making people happy.
I try.
Yep. And I know we're going to talk about this, so let's just get into it.
Okay, here we go.
The new billing system is in place.
Yeah.
We were just talking off the air about how these software companies don't tell you about little glitches that you may have, and you guys you've made a massive transformation from a really old system to this one, right?
Right.
And there are steps you take, and then you take steps backwards to correct some things that maybe weren't right. So talk about it.
So we, for those of you that don't know, we've had our legacy software for 32 years, plus or minus, and so with anything, that's a long time. Of course, upgrades happen, updates, and that happens yearly, every 6 months, every year, whatever. but after that amount of time, and then all of a sudden we switched to a new software that has, you know, the bells and whistles, and we talked about that, you know. There's a lot of things that we need to get used to, and I remember one comment from April about, you know, we're getting ready to print the bills, and then all of a sudden, oh, wait, they didn't tell us that we needed X paper or this or that, or, you know, just so the little things came up. You know, worked through it, got or we're trying to get all the bugs out of it. There's still many bugs. I think the horsepower charges for the irrigation went out. We're relatively certain that those got to the right address. We're not 100% sure. We think that we got it correct, but the names on the account might be different. Might be the landowner, might be the renter. So we're working through those issues. But one of the things that that is going to help us out immensely, and if more people kind of use the new Smart Hub app, you know, that would answer a lot of questions that we get phone calls for. We love talking to our customers, so I'm not discouraging that by any means. But so I brought April in today because she happens to be the software guru and app suite guru, and so I thought it'd be appropriate to maybe talk a little bit about what this app can do, because it's pretty powerful.
Okay.
And so having that for the first time ever is something new to our customers, and so we want to make sure that we talk about it enough so that they know something about it. April, what do you got?
Where do I begin?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. So the newest thing with this software for customers is this app, portal, however you want to call it, available to all of our customers. You can get it on your smartphone and tablet, on your computer. All those different technologies, capabilities out there is accessible for this particular app. And it's all about the customer inside this app. You can look at usage. You can look at your bill. You can look at historical usage and historical bills. You can pay online if you'd like. You can set up automatic withdrawals to have it withdrawn from your account. So it encompasses a lot of things. I am a customer of Custer Power, so I actually pulled up my own personal account on my phone. First thing I saw is that my account balance.
Okay.
It's the first thing that pops up. So
hopefully that's not a past due.
Right now it is 0.
Okay, good.
That would have been fun.
Just checking.
And I will show this to these guys so they can say I'm not lying.
Okay.
The next thing I saw is that my usage this year versus last year was down 28%.
Wow.
Okay. So it's the first thing I saw, which that may answer all your questions right there. Because we know that everybody is busy and it's not always convenient to call our office. But yet you don't want a late charge. You don't want to be delinquent. And so you want to call and find out what that balance is so you can get it paid. If you have this on your phone, it's instantaneous that you will find out certain things.
I was thinking too, April, on that. Almost everybody these days has what you have in your hand, that walking computer, that portable computer, and we're making calls and checking texts all the time anyway. Whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, that's the fact of life right now, and it will never change. And so that information really is, you don't have to actually call using the phone. You just look at your app, and there it is. Like you say, in a matter of seconds, you know what your balance is and how much you are above or below your usage from the year before. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It'll take you longer to find our phone number than it will be to find your balance.
No kidding. Especially if you go to a phone book. But
Yeah.
you even have one of those left.
I know, right?
Yeah. So
Hopefully you don't have us on speed dial.
yeah, let's hope not. But it's right there. It's right there with what you're using all the time anyway. Yeah.
Yep. And you can set up notifications. If you like to get text messages, if you like to get emails about, hey, you are late on your bill, or, God forbid you're on the verge of disconnect, you can receive those notifications through a text message. Inside this app, you can go in, set that up, and we don't even have to send you a letter. You can receive those notifications automatically. That's the same thing with your bill. A lot more people are wanting to go paperless. If you don't want to receive that bill in the mail, you can go in here, you can sign up for paperless. And that way you don't have to worry about, did I get the bill in the mail?
Right.
I don't want this paper. And it's just accumulating on my shelf and I don't want it anymore. Or it just goes into the trash can anyway because I paid it, I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own system. You can just go in here, set up for paperless, and just rely on this for all bills.
Or if you still prefer traditional mail, you'll still get the notice if it hasn't got there, and that can happen in the mail. It takes a few days now to get from point A to point B with mail. And then there are times where even on the digital side, a payment doesn't get credited or there's some sort of a glitch there.
Right.
So if that was the case, either way, you'd get that notice, right?
Right.
Okay.
Right. And just because you can see your bill online doesn't mean you have to get away from the paper. I'm still a paper person, unfortunately.
So am I. I hate trees. Personally, I don't like raking leaves. So as many trees as I can get rid of. Just kidding.
Yeah, just kidding.
I still like to have that paper.
Yeah.
And so I get my paper bill in the mail, but right now if I'm not at home, I don't know what my bill is, but I know I need to pay it. I can go on my app, find out exactly what my balance is, and get the payment made.
Yeah, if you think about that, guys, that used to be, oh man, I know I owe that money. I'm going to have to run back all the way home to Litchfield, right?
Yeah.
To get that bill, so I know what to pay, or or turn around, go back home, get the bill. You don't have to do that with this. Yeah.
No. But you can still have that paper copy at home.
If you
now, if you do want a paper copy, but you don't want it every month, I don't have to worry about the mail every single month. You can go into here and you can print off. You can download and print off the bill yourself if you want that paper copy for your records. And if we missed a month, you can go back to a different month and look at it, print it off, do whatever you need to do with those historical ones too. Now I have one caveat on that. Since we are newly into this, any of those bills that were on the old software system, you can see the balances, but you won't get a bill.
Okay.
Okay. With the two different softwares, they couldn't convert the bill itself to be able to view online.
So you can't print off the bill.
No, you can see the
You
balances.
can see the balance.
But you won't be able to actually see the bill and print it off.
Right. Okay.
So.
Yeah, that's one of those that maybe you'll learn about afterwards.
Yeah. So I'm kind of on the other end of the spectrum because I'm to that point in life. I don't really want more paper, and I don't want to put it in a file, and so I prefer having it emailed to me, and then when I get the email, I just put it in the folder, in the email folder that it belongs in, and then that way I don't have stuff coming in the mail.
Yeah, I know, but then Rick, there's guys like, out there. I'll raise my hand to this. Sometimes I put things away on a computer or on my phone, and then I can't find it.
Then it's gone. Yeah, it's there.
I know it's there. It's a digital footprint, but what folder did I put it in? I'll remember that. You put it in, I'll remember where I put this. Oh,
yeah. Where's my 5-year-old grandson so he can find it for me?
There you go.
I lost my document.
Let me help you, Grandpa. Yeah.
You know that search button doesn't cover everything
No,
I found.
It does not. What's your choice, right?
Boy.
I understand.
Yeah. So I just don't want that paper anymore. So I get the email. I put it in a folder, and if I need it, then I just go back to that email, and if I got to print it off, I print it off, and
let's face it, April, we like calculators and we still like paper, but as time goes along, there'll be less and less people who like it that way, and more like Rick. It's just a fact of life. As time goes along, they're not even going to think about paper.
Right.
Years down the road.
Yeah.
So
We're trying to accommodate everybody right now.
Yeah.
There's such a variation of opinions, how people like things, that we're trying to hit everybody. We're still having the traditional way. We just now have this new way that people can take advantage of.
Okay.
Absolutely, and that's a good point. We're not cutting anybody off from getting mail, but then the other side of that is we also understand sometimes it takes 4 or 5 days for our bill to get to some of our customers.
Yeah. And that long to go back.
And we can't do anything about that. Right. It's the mail system, which is a whole nother topic, by the way. But it's becoming a pain.
Yeah.
And so we have this other solution, and I think it's a great solution if people are looking for a different way to do things. So
your choice.
Yeah.
What else do you have on the app there that you wanted to highlight?
Well, I want to talk about paying your bill. Okay. That's a very important part of.
I should go check my bill folder, but it's not on a computer. It's in a drawer. Have I paid my bill, April? Can you look at that up?
Not through my phone.
It's secure then.
It is secure. I can't look at anybody else's.
Okay.
Give me a password and I can look. But
Yeah.
What I want to talk about is on the portal, on the app, you can pay your bill on there. Okay. It is not a have to kind of thing. You can log in, get signed up for the portal, and look at all those other things. And then if you choose to pay online, you can.
Okay.
There is a convenience fee to pay online because you're going to have to use a credit card, a debit card, or an e-check, okay, in order to pay online. And so with those options, we do charge a convenience fee. So it's just an option. And I want to stress that because you can still pay with your check. The other option is we have now set up, and we've had this for a long time, but you're able to go into SmartHub and sign yourself up. And that is an ACH or EFT, traditionally known as the bank draft. Okay. You can go in, you can put in your banking information, and it'll automatically set you up for that. There will be 1 month where you still have to pay manually, but then because that's for a pre-note. That's to make sure that all the numbers and everything jives correctly. And then the next month, it'll automatically start coming out of your account. It does only come out on the due date, so it's not before. If it would fall on a weekend, we always go after. We never go before. Mm-hmm. So there's that option as well. And then, of course, you can still pay your check, come in, pay with cash. We love to see faces. And then if people like to go to their own bank and have the bank send us the payment, you can do that as well.
Which seemed awfully modern at one time to have the bank send the payment for you.
Mm-hmm.
And it still works great. The Dropbox out in your drive, they can drop bills off or
Absolutely.
payments there if they don't have time to come in, right?
Yep. Yeah, that's been a wonderful feature.
Yeah. That's a lot of options, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's the bank draft. I don't know what it is, but I don't like writing checks either. It's so I know. But then I'm not sure I want. I certainly I'm one of those that I'll pay the convenience fee, but I'd almost rather just have you take it out of my bank account.
Mm-hmm.
And everything is secure. People worry about that. I get that, but I, quite frankly, I don't want to see. I just want it paid, and
Yeah.
so just take it out of my bank account. And that's part of not having any paper coming into my place either, because if you just take it out of my bank account, then there it is. I see it on my app, and
yeah.
yeah.
And banks are very good about making sure those are secure, and if there is a problem, they're very good about following up and making it right
absolutely.
if there is a
Yep.
problem.
Yep.
I'm going to talk to anybody that, in the end, if they had a problem, that the bank wasn't there to make it right. So,
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know, April, but I don't see a lot of problems happening with that anyway. So I'm not going to call it foolproof, but the banking system does a really good job with
Mhm.
trying to keep that secure,
do.
and so I just don't hear a lot of complaints about that.
That's just one of the options, but that's a good one.
Yeah.
And there's lots of things that we have to do on the backside for that security.
Mm-hmm.
It's us. It's our software vendor. They have to have their own security. So there's lots of security on this to protect everybody. I do want to caution everybody one thing. When you're signing up, whether it be for EFT, the bank draft, or you are paying online, we need to make sure the correct account numbers are getting selected. We have had some issues that customers will just use the same account number for all of their services. And when that happens is when you make the payment and you put in that one account number, that's exactly where that money is going.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the other account doesn't look like it's paid. So that is something that people really need to be paying attention to when they're doing it on the phone or on your computer, the app. You got to make sure you're selecting all of those different accounts and paying those specific accounts.
Yeah.
And that does include our what we call miscellaneous accounts. So if you're getting a separate bill for if the guys have to come out and do something and there's extra charges, that account can also be paid that way, but you've got to know that account number to make sure the money goes to that spot.
Okay. Also, I'm just guessing here. Let's just say you're one of those people that use a lot of the same usernames and passwords for a lot of different things. Like let's, for instance, say this guy who's old-fashioned would use a username Ma and a password Bell, and use it for all of their business. That's probably not you probably want a separate, unique password, username password for this, because you don't want somebody else.
Right.
If they hack you out there, they're going to get into everything if you have the same password, including this, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that's not mutually exclusive to this app.
Oh, no. That's for everything.
Oh,
Or just
boy.
generally, I know when Nebraska State Bank comes in, they stress that every time. Change your passwords and don't use the same one.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Yep.
So, I know that's not any different than.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So that's wanted to touch on that smart app. There's a lot of things that the customers can do, and we've tried to talk a little bit about it. We've had it in the magazine that I know at least Dave Burney doesn't read. But
I usually read
else, Everybody else does. But so we've put it in there a couple of different times maybe, and so we wanted to come out and stress the importance, not really the importance, but the convenience that you could have if you want to use that app. And it's a great tool. I'm pretty excited to have that as one of our options. But once again, we'll send you a paper copy of the bill, and you can write a check and put the stamp on it and send it in. All those are still available. So yeah. So we're not cutting anybody out.
Yeah. I've just found, since I'm one of those dinosaurs, that I actually try to pay it sooner than I used to. As a paper bill, it comes in and I try to get it back out quicker to avoid a problem. And I don't know, April. We seem like we're kind of on the same page since you use a calculator, but I still love my big checks and the carbon sheet behind it, so that I have a carbon on my check.
I have gotten away from the carbon.
You have?
Yeah.
Oh man, I don't know.
But I mean, I keep the check register book.
Yeah.
Right there.
Rick's shaking his head, folks.
Well, the banks have even questioned me when I've asked for extra check registers.
I know. And they're always saying, "You sure you want to order these expensive checks again?"
Yeah.
I'm going, "Yeah, I do." Probably until I don't do it anymore.
The problem with that, I probably have a dozen of those in my file at home. I need to get rid of. If you want them, I'd bring.
Send them over.
You get one in every box or every check box. But anyway.
Well, you're doing your very best, it sounds like, to make sure that people can do business with you how they want to do it, what they're used to. And as time goes along, we're all going to have to make those changes. Once you start, my mom doesn't write. She all of her business she does on her computer.
Yeah.
And she's 92 years old.
Absolutely.
So age doesn't always matter
no,
here.
It really doesn't.
It's what you're kind of used to doing.
Yep.
And that's great that you have it. And again, can you use the app to communicate? If you have questions and so forth, or do you email, or how does that work?
We do there's a contact us option, and you can email us, email your question. We try to respond within a 24-hour period.
Mm-hmm.
And so absolutely send those messages in, and we'll answer your questions.
And they can probably, with those questions, help you continue to develop this whole program that you've implemented, because you don't know, maybe a question will be one that you haven't thought of before, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, and we, people call in and give us suggestions all the time, and we, some of those we incorporate, and some aren't feasible. But believe me, when we get a suggestion or a comment, those are all followed through with, and some of those create changes, and whether that's on what we're doing with billing or the magazine, we'll take all those comments. In fact, I think Taryn got a comment about recipes, and so she said, "Well, let's do this."
Yeah.
And so we'll follow through with just about everything.
I didn't know Taryn still worked there. I haven't seen her for months.
Well, she was on the schedule to come out with me today, but then April piped up and said she wanted to talk about this. So then Taryn said, "No way, I'm not coming out." No, anyway.
No.
But,
well, I'm glad April did come out, because this is important and it's new, and it will be massaged and developed a little bit as you go along. So
yeah, we're excited. I'm just plumb tickled with this change that we've done. But I gotta ask everybody to be just a little patient for a little while longer.
Yeah.
Because we're into the second or third bill? Second bill? Third bill going out. We're still kind of getting the bugs worked out. So be patient. Remember, the old software was there for 32 years, and so we've got some pretty smart people working on it, and we're trying to get to the bottom of it, and we'll get there. Just be patient with us.
30 years in the digital world, that's like 100 years in real time.
Yeah.
Or actually more. It
Yeah.
changes so quickly. So, well, thanks, guys. Appreciate it. It's been a good show.
I do want to let everybody know how to get to these things.
Okay.
With the app on your phone, your traditional app store, if you search Smart Hub or Custer Smart Hub, it should pop up for you. Otherwise, you can go to our website, and we have a Smart Hub 101 tab.
Oh, nice.
That'll help walk you through how to get set up. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
And with Apple, you use the Apple Store. Droids, you use Google Play, I think, to search for apps.
Yep.
So I just experienced that. I know I sound very up
Wow,
to
that's
speed, but
kinda techy.
I dropped my phone on the sidewalk here a couple weeks ago, and I didn't have a cover on it, and it shattered the screen. So I went from Apple to Droid, and I'm not sure that was something I maybe would do again.
Well,
because I don't accept change very well. And the phone works great. It does all the things that you want it to do, but it's not in the same place.
Yeah, exactly.
I can't find a camera.
Change. Oh, you're talking about change on an iPhone. That's funny. iPhone Droid.
Well, I thought I was pretty hip.
Yeah.
I was going to go for a walk, and I had those earbuds.
There you go.
That you put in your iPhone.
Oh, yeah.
So I had the phone in this hand, but whenever you get earbuds off the counter or wherever they're at, they're all tangled up. They're always tangled up. So I was standing there. I wasn't even walking. I was standing over the sidewalk. I'd been going to get a case for it, but I probably had been using it for a year without a case.
And probably.
And I was untangling the earbuds, and the phone slipped out of my hand. And when I looked down there, you could actually cut yourself if you tried to swipe on it.
Yeah, that's problematic.
I went in and I said, "Can you put some goop on this, and I'll just put a plastic screen over it?"
Yeah.
And they didn't think that would probably work.
Clear packing tape.
That might have worked.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Should have called me.
Well, at least we have checks with carbons, right?
Yeah.
I know that you guys have been very, very diligent on this. I know your customers appreciate it. Anybody out there who has went through a digital change, I think understands. It works great when it's all finally completed, but you take a few steps backward and then you go forward with some of the details, right?
Yep.
All right. Thanks, guys.
You bet. Thank you, Dave.
Looking sharp again today. You like Rick's suit coats?
Always.
My wife saw him in a post office the other day.
Yes.
Said Rick really looked sharp down at the post office.
Wow, bless her heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good talking to her.
Yeah, she said you guys had a nice conversation.
We did have a nice
and
conversation.
weren't like bashing people behind their backs. I think that was nice. I mean, like her husband. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well, we didn't have the opportunity to get there. Otherwise, we would have.
I know you would have. News is next.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KPBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Brief. There are residual delays at airports across the country after a technical glitch in check-in systems. CBS's Mola Lenghi is at New York's LaGuardia.
It was a global reservation system that's used by several airlines. That went down early this morning, causing long lines at the airports across the country.
Israelis and Palestinians weigh in on the first full day of a ceasefire. Eiv Isyaev lives in Tel Aviv.
It's good that the conflict will end, but unfortunately, I don't feel like we have much time for the next escalation.
Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu warns any new Hamas rocket attacks will be met with a new level of force. If you're still confused, Dr. Anthony Fauci sets the record straight on unmasking.
The recommendations for people who are not vaccinated have not changed. They really remain the same, particularly the issue of wearing masks when indoors.
CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
Round 2 of the PGA Championship underway as we speak. We have a 5-way tie for the lead right now at 3 under par, including Brooks Koepka. Phil Mickelson is 1 shot off the lead at 2 under par overall. Today he is even through 6 holes. In the NBA play-in tournament on Thursday night, the Washington Wizards captured the 8th seed in the Eastern Conference and a date with top-seeded Philadelphia in the first round, thanks to a 142-115 victory over the Indiana Pacers. In the Stanley Cup playoffs on Thursday night, the Montreal Canadiens won Game 1 at Toronto 2-1. The Florida Panthers won at Tampa Bay at overtime 6-5. Tampa Bay still leads that series 2-1. And in Major League Baseball on Thursday night, Albert Pujols hit the 668th home run of his career and the first as a Los Angeles Dodger in a 3-2 victory over the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, we'll have mostly cloudy conditions with high temperatures working up into the lower 80s. We'll have our winds gusty from the south at 15 to 25. Then for tonight, partly cloudy skies, still breezy, a low of 63. For Saturday, a slight chance for an afternoon shower or storm, otherwise partial sunshine, low 80s for highs. And for Sunday, chance for an afternoon storm, 83. For the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Carroll.
News and weather was brought to you today by Custer Electric and Irrigation in Broken Bow. Do you find yourself struggling to find gearboxes, center drives, or other much-needed parts as we get closer to irrigation season? Never fear, Custer Electric is here. They currently have a large supply on hand of these and all other irrigation and electrical parts, so stop by to stock up. Speaking of irrigation season, are those pivots ready to turn on and run full steam ahead? Or are you in need of a new sprinkler package? Call Custer Electric to schedule your inspections. Buy 3, get the 4th labor-free, and Lance's inspection process will leave you with the peace of mind you need at the cost you desire. Did you know that as the only walk-in electrical store in town, Custer Electric and Irrigation carries a large supply on hand of motors, fuses, capacitors, and so many more electrical supplies? They have a large supply of Balder motors on hand and do all motor repairs, including motor rewinds. Don't leave town to find much-needed parts or services. Call Custer Electric today at 872-7786 for these and so much more. Check them out on Facebook or at custerei.com. Custer Electric and Irrigation. Experience the difference.
It's 9:09 and it's 63 degrees outside here at Broken Bow, Nebraska. As our guests continue to come in the studio, we're happy about that. We have Abby and Scott with us from the Bonfire and the Arrow Hotel and Suites. How you doing, guys?
Doing good.
I'm doing great.
You're doing great, Abby?
Yes.
If you notice, you do have a cow to the left of you. That's Elsie. She is very quiet. She will not bother you, okay?
I don't know. I think she might have licked my ear a minute ago, but...
Well, I didn't notice that, but I guess she could have. Probably just being friendly, right?
Exactly.
So briefly mentioned off of the air that there's been a menu change, which is always fun.
Yes.
You keep the things that are popular and you add some new variety, I assume. So which one of you would like to talk about that first?
You go for it.
I'll go first. Well, it's not a complete menu change. Mostly just little updates here and there. One of our favorite items has been our steak potato, or loaded potato with steak on it. So we added that one to the menu. Every time we ran that one as a special, people would just love it. And it sold like crazy, so it's something that we wanted to offer 7 days a week to all the customers. We're also adding an option to that other than steak is chicken or taco meat.
Okay. All sounds delicious.
Yeah. Another update is strawberry blue cheese steak salad with a balsamic glaze. That one was kind of a popular item too when we ran as a special, and so we put that one on the menu as well.
Now, go ahead, Abby.
I don't like blue cheese, and I like that sauce that he makes with it. So just for the record, it is amazing. Like, don't let blue cheese turn you off the sauce because it is really good.
Okay, all right. With what, strips of steak in the salad then, or?
Yeah, it'll be a steak on the salad, and it's got strawberries and the balsamic. So the sweetness and the savory, and just all of that just really goes together quite well. And I'm not a fan of blue cheese either. But blue cheese with the strawberries and the balsamic is just amazing.
So combined, it makes a unique flavor.
Oh,
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, that sounds great. I hope folks will take advantage of that. That is on the menu then.
That is on the menu. You can get that any day of the week.
Okay, all right. Some nice additions. You kind of do it that way, don't you? You kind of have them as specials, and people really react to it if they really tear into it and like it.
Yeah.
Then it might end up on the menu then.
Yeah, that's what's great about this restaurant is, we have specials daily, and it gives us room to play, gives the rest of the cooks some chance to experiment a little bit, find out what customers like, learn something new, and when they like it, we can just put it on the menu and offer it all the time, and it works out perfectly.
Sounds great. Anything else that you've added?
Yeah, we've added a sliders we've offered, but now those are on the menu as well. So, not a whole lot of change there, but it wasn't on the menu previously, and now it is. We're also offering a Vietnamese iced coffee.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Now, Abby might be indifferent to that, but
Coffee's coffee. I'm not a coffee
Oh,
drinker,
well, there you
so
go.
that's why I'm not all excited. But it's really cool to watch it get made. It is so much fun to make. It really is.
how does it, without giving away your secrets?
Yeah, we'll put it in a tall, clear glass, and we'll fill it with ice, and it's made with condensed milk. And that's adds the creaminess and the sugar. And then it has its own little individual coffee filter that sits on top of the glass, and it drips down through the press. And it's a French roast, actually.
Okay.
It's a Vietnamese coffee, but French had a heavy influence in Vietnam.
You bet.
And so they used the French roast coffee, and it's a dark roast. It's a dark coffee, almost like an espresso, but it has such a smooth flavor. It's not a tinge of bitterness, and it's just perfectly sweet, perfectly creamy, and perfectly coffee.
That sounds so delicious after one of your wonderful meals to have that. You want a cup of coffee? A lot of times that's the question. Do you want a coffee to conclude your meal? This would really top it off.
Yeah, in the hot summer days, to have an iced coffee, it goes down smooth. It's refreshing. It's nice after a meal, and it's perfect. So we're excited about this one.
Yeah, I imagine they could just come in and have one if they wanted to, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, all right. I'm interested in your chef background because you're talking flavors and all this different mixture of things. How long you been in the kitchen?
Well, I grew up around Vietnamese restaurants. I've got 4 Vietnamese foster brothers, and just about all of them have worked in restaurants or owned restaurants themselves. My mother, she was co-owner of a Vietnamese restaurant, so there's the heavy Vietnamese influence there, but I was always interested in food. I remember pretty much since I was about 9 years old at home, I wanted food processors for Christmas and birthdays.
Just what Abby wanted to, right?
Abby makes fun of me because of the background on my phone and screensavers. It's always food.
Well, that's good. You're interested in it. We get to enjoy it.
Yeah, so I've always had an interest in cooking and food. Been in the service industry here and there ever since I was about 15. Hotels, restaurants, just about anything I could get into. It's something that I've always, when I was younger, was always looking to do something different, try something new, and I always fell back into the service industry. It was something that was comfortable for me, and I just really enjoyed. And being at the Arrow Hotel and Bonfire, it's a perfect combination of both for me.
Yeah,
I'm in heaven.
Well, I know you're busy because you are kind of the universal guy, as we talked about, between the hotel suites and the restaurant and pub. And I know that Abby it has a lot more going on than just making sure things are okay in the pub and what she does. And in communities this size, you do a lot more job descriptions than maybe you thought you would, no doubt. But that's great. That's great. And sometime we need to just have you back do a show. I'm interested in comparing the Vietnamese cuisine and how it compares to other Asian dishes, and a lot of I found a lot by reading just clips in the morning that a lot of food that we think is American is not. It started somewhere else in Europe or Russia and other places that we've adapted. Even apple pie was not created here, which is crazy when you think it's as American as apple pie was not created here. So sometime can we do that sometime?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, Abby, we're going to take a left-hand or right-hand turn here, and I want to find out what you have to highlight today.
Well, I just also with the menu, the major change that I like, we no longer have a lunch and dinner menu. It is a full menu all day now. So you can get a loaded steak potato at 11 a.m. You could get a ribeye at 11 a.m., Husker chop. Everything is on the menu. So we don't split it up no more. Full menu all day long. Come out and eat.
Do you know how great it is to hear that? Because how many times have you had customers or yourself sit down and you go, man, I could go for some walleye, some fish right now, and the waiter, waitress comes over and you say, yes, I'd like the walleye and this, that, and the other. They go, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't mention that's an evening. That's the evening part of it. And, you know, we understand it because of the way the kitchens work, but it's so great to be able to order what you want all the way across the board, right?
All the way across the board. So, yeah, all day. And then always remember that we have happy hours 7 days a week from 4 to 7, $2 off of appetizers, and 75 cents off all drinks.
Okay.
So
all right.
it's great.
Yeah, that's super. And Scott, I'm sure that makes the kitchen a little more challenging, offering those select dishes all day, not just noon, evening.
It's a little bit more challenging. We have just a little bit more prep in the mornings, to prepare for dinner dishes. But it makes it easier and more streamlined as well.
Yeah.
It's less confusing for anyone and everyone. And it also helps on, with our line cooks where before the lunch menu was real heavy on the salads and sandwich sides. And so it was one or two people. Try to squeeze a third person in there if we're extremely busy, but there's not the room.
Mm-hmm.
So, this kind of disperses it a little bit where some of our orders will be a steak or a Husker chop, and that kind of streamlines things, makes things easier for us, and gets food out faster for the customer.
Fantastic. Are we still okay? Are you still able to offer some pastries?
Yes. Oh, yes. We got chocolate eclairs in there last night. I don't know if there's any left because we were so excited about them. Like, girls were like, oh, my God, did you see that? Like, I was like, I know. I had one. It's great. Like, oh, yes. And then we've had cakes and pies and cookies and brownies and cupcakes. I mean, we're offering just as
peanut brittle.
Peanut brittle.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Peanut brittle. So are these in the case? I'm sure it varies day to day. Is there something in the case every day, or is this what people can order from you?
In the case every day, but with 24 hours notice, we can do anything you
Okay.
want.
All right. Well, you guys got it going on, and this is getting into the busy time of year. Memorial Day always kicks off vacation time. We've got the junior high rodeo in town. I'm sure you've seen some folks coming in from that. And away we go. Black Hills traffic coming through. Highway 2's been designated as a national scenic highway. And I know a lot of people make a special trip just to stop at the Arrow Hotel and Suites and the bonfire. So you guys are just, I know you've been busy, but I imagine you're gearing up for the season.
Oh, yeah, I know the hotel is super busy this summer with everything going on and people traveling and weddings and just everybody getting out and living life. So we're ready. We're as ready as we can be. We're ready for it, and we're excited to see what summer brings.
And that said, I know that we're reading job available, job help wanted ads every day here on The Breakfast Show. So you're certainly not the exception, but I'm sure you could talk to somebody who wants to be a dependable worker in some aspect of the Arrow Hotel or the restaurant itself.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe we have a lot available, and so we can work with anybody on hours and stuff. We're flexible. We have hiring benefits. We have, depending on what department you're going in, we have the health benefits. We have hiring on bonuses. Yeah, so I think he wants to touch on one particular job we need, right? Front desk overnight?
Yeah, front desk overnight.
Mhm.
We're looking for a night auditor. So someone who's willing to work overnights, may be able to work with either part-time or full-time, but somebody who's willing to work overnights, that's one that we're really looking to fill as soon as possible.
Yeah. Well, it might work great for somebody, depending on their family situation or that could work nights but can't work days.
Yeah.
That's what you're looking for, something that would work out for both parties, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else before we close?
I don't think so.
We're good?
I
All
think
right.
so.
Elsie, do you have anything? Nope, she's good too. So all's good. Stop in. You guys are, what time do you open up for lunch?
We open at 11, so we're talking about it. June 1st, right? Memorial Day's the 31st?
Yep.
Yes. So June 1st, we are starting our new hours. So we'll be open 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday.
Okay.
11 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday. And then 11 a.m. to 9 or 8 or 9 on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was 8 on Sunday.
8,
Yeah,
sorry.
that's long enough on a Sunday.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
And we will be closed Memorial Day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good to know.
I want to make sure everyone knows that
Yeah.
Memorial Day, the restaurant will be closed, and then right after that, we'll start our new hours.
Okay.
Yep.
One little break before
Yes.
June 1st. All right, very good. We'll take a time out and continue with these words.
When you're driving down the road and see the Trotter Woe and Go logo, you know you can stop and have convenient services ready. Hot lunch and snack options, refreshments, and of course, a place to park and fuel up. In Broken Bow, the East location is open 24 hours for convenience around the clock, and the West location has tons of truck parking plus showers and a Taco John's. When you're out and about, stop at their locations in Sargent and Myrna too. Trotter's Woe and Go, proud to serve Central Nebraska.
State purpose of visit.
Well, looks like the old tractor's gonna kick the bucket this year.
Searching internet for new bucket.
No, I want to check insurance rates.
Sale located. Right now, get 20% off new bucket with code It's Raining Buckets.
Robots don't know you. We do. For more than 80 years, Farm Bureau Financial Services has relied on relationships to get you the insurance coverage you need for your farm or ranch. Find a Farm Bureau agent at fbfs.com/protect. It's your future. Let's protect it.
Free up your time. With Steel, you can spend less time working on your yard and more time doing the things you love. Not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot, Steel is only available through our 10,000 local Steel dealers. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. Lowe's and the Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies. Get big league performance in your backyard with Steel battery tools. From mowers to trimmers, our AK Homeowner Series starts at just $199.99. Steel is not sold at Lowe's or the Home Depot. Pick up at over 10,000 local dealers. Real Steel. Find yours at steeldealers.com. All prices MSRP. Available participating dealers. Lowe's and the Home Depot are trademarks of their respective companies.
It's all about the nose. It's your air filter, the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses. If too many germs get stuck in your nose, guess what? You get sick. That's why it's so important to keep your nose clean, just like washing your hands. Nasal irrigation gets rid of germs by rinsing the nasal cavity, but neti pots are hard to use and, frankly, kind of gross.
We're going to be talking to John about not only what's here inside the store, but you've got an event coming up tomorrow as well. We should probably lead off with that.
Absolutely. We're having our annual open house and suppressor demo, and we've done her several years in a row. We've always had good turnouts and always a lot of fun. Looks like we're going to be blessed with some nice weather, a little bit of wind out of the south, but it'll be a nice day. And for you, Dave, we're going to miss you. We've got your favorite Barrett 50 back. We will have a medic on site, by the way.
But yeah, the Barrett, and then several other options as well. If you don't want to go that big, some smaller stuff too.
Absolutely. We'll be demonstrating suppressor capabilities from your 22 rim fires all the way up to the 30 calibers suppressors, and just see how enjoyable it does make shooting when you are suppressed and don't have to worry about blowing out your eardrums and upsetting the neighbors and et cetera. It just makes you a better shooter overall. So it's a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to see what we've all read on the internet and coffee shops and what have you. This is where you can actually come out and firsthand see what suppressors can do if you're a shooting or hunting enthusiast.
Great. And for those of you that are listening on the radio, this video is going live on Facebook right now. So we're going to be looking at some of the products that John's got here, and then we'll talk about the open house again as well. Maybe talk about some of these things that will be out at the open house.
Absolutely.
And shooting tomorrow too. So this video will be available for replay as well if you want to check it out later on when you have some time. But talk about suppressors. You got a few sitting right here. What's the application for these?
Oh, absolutely. What we have here is some of our most popular sellers, starting with by brand specific. I get it, but we offer several different options. But this just happens to be the CGS Hydra SS, which is one of our wonderful rimfire suppressors that'll cover you from your 17 HMR up through a FN57. A very good, very popular can, lightweight. We'll step on up to a couple other suppressors. Sound quality out of both of these are going to be relatively the same. These will both go all the way up to 300 Win Mag. So this will cover your PET 204 when you're shooting prairie dogs or coyotes, all the way up to your 300 Win Mag if you use that for deer long range shooting or take it out elk hunting or not. Amongst our very popular suppressors, these happen to be Silencer Co. products, the Omega and the Harvester. We offer a full line of any brand of suppressor. If there's one you got your heart set on, or if you want us to draw upon our knowledge base and guide you along, we can take from someone who's never owned a suppressor. If I don't personally know, I've got guys who own those suppressors. We can talk directly to them. We have a great knowledge base. Our biggest feature here at GunSense, proud to say we're the only Gold Star dealer for silencer shop in Nebraska.
Wow.
We move a lot of suppressors here. We offer a one-stop shopping feature. You can come out of the hills. We sit down at our laptop. We run your fingerprints, your picture, stuff, and then all the paperwork required. We do that digitally. It's seamless for you as to become a suppressor owner. You're not going to be running around Grand Island Kearney for your passport style photos. You don't have to go visit the sheriff or state patrol for your fingerprints. We do everything in-house.
Wow.
Put us on the map. We're drawing a lot of customers out of the Sand Hills and up towards the South Dakota border, knowing they can come here, give us an hour or so, and you're done. The drawback, and I wish I could help it along, but you are dealing with the federal government, and it is taking 7 to 9 months once we do your paperwork, submit everything, to when I make you the phone call to come pick up your can with your federal tax stamp. And I also remind not to get a speeding ticket when you're racing down here to pick up your can, because we all know it's like Christmas Eve when you're getting your suppressors.
Yeah, don't want to get that ticket on your way.
No. We do have a record, speed record from Thedford, but no names and no times on that.
Okay, sounds good. Well, the other thing we need to talk about is you're very proud of your thermal products, and you've got lots of different applications for that. Absolutely. For ranchers to shooting enthusiasts.
Absolutely, we offer a full line of thermal and night vision devices with different price points. We've got a low end at about $500. That's good out to about 200 yards at night, up to the high end thermals that you will be able to view out past 1,000 yards. Very good point, Jeremy. We do offer thermal monoculars that now the night hunters that can afford it, instead of holding their rifles up scanning all night, we've got a thermal monocular that a handheld, and these all feature cameras. You can take video, you can take photos, you can Bluetooth it to your smarter than I am phone. The other application, and I strongly recommend some of our cow-calf operators and even construction operators to stop by, see the capability of what a real high-end thermal can do for you. We're talking out past 1,000 yards. You can see, look across your pasture, your field. If you've got a cow that's down with a calf or happens to have twins and drops them, 10 yards apart, from 1,000 yards, you'll be able to see that. Mm-hmm. Now, we all know what we just went through there in January, February, March time frame, where time's an essence, and you're looking at a $1,200, $1,300 bill, and you got seconds to make sure it survives. It doesn't. It's intangible, but your cost of recovery on a high-end thermal is going to be less than one season.
Yeah.
And we've had other applications of. The obvious is look at your buildings, your houses for leaks, hot spots, cold spots. You tell it what you want to look for. Concrete, curing of concrete, it can tell the difference. You can glance out across the field and see the level in your fuel tank or propane tank if you're, however you're powered with your pivots. And like you have to get the old stick out, this is sensitive enough that you will see the level in the barrel because of the heat contrast. Wonderful products. The price points are expensive. I am back ordered. If you really want a thermal, we got to talk so I can get you on our list. They're very popular, very hard to get right now, the high-end stuff. Come see me. The main thing is I don't want you to spend your money on the internet and end up getting disappointed. There's several products out there that they work wonderful down in the West Texas, Oklahoma area, but Nebraska in January, February, ain't going to happen when it's 10 degrees out. They don't want to play.
Yeah.
But the other, for the price point, we also feature our night vision devices. This happens to be one of them. It does use a IR light. We've got them out in the field. All my products I got out in the field and be more than happy to provide you with references, how they work, the durability. But this is less expensive than a thermal. We'll give you range out to about 400 yards. It is a light gathering device. Once again, it does offer the video, the photo taking, the Bluetoothing. A lot of guys will go with night vision because through a night vision device, there's no question that that's a coyote, not the neighbor's Labrador. Versus thermal, you've really got to use your thermal to sharpen up that image as they get closer. Is that the pointy-eared, triangular face coyote, or is that the neighbor's lab coming in on your set? And obviously, you don't want to pull that trigger if you're unsure.
Exactly.
So, but that's another alternative. Price points on them are a lot better than a full-up thermal. They both have applications. We can help you with your budget, what'll suit you, up to and including putting you in touch with people that own these products. I can you can ask them direct questions besides my own knowledge base, and then my guys that help me out down here at the shop. We've got a lot of thermal time we can talk about.
Awesome.
Yep.
We're at Gun Sense in Mason City, folks. Again, we're live on Facebook, and you can watch this replay later on our Facebook page, Sandhills Express, if you want to check out what we're talking about and kind of lay eyes on it. But definitely come and see him in person to talk in person about these things. That's always better with anything you're talking about.
Right.
We talk about availability with the thermal, but also availability of ammunition in other areas is kind of struggling right now. What's your situation with
with loads and ammo?
Very good question. Very good question. We're struggling through it. I wish I could look you in the eye and say that we're through the ammunition shortages. I'm starting to see some of the common ammo come back and reasonably priced. I can get you, I do have some ammo in stock. You have to stop in. I can't read your mind what caliber you want. Please stop by and ask me. I do have 5.56 223 ammo for ARs. I do have like 30-30 7mm rim mag, a little bit of 6.5 Creedmoor ammo, some of the popular stuff. And then obviously any of my guns I have and firearms I have available. I do have, if you buy a firearm from GunSense, you will have the option to buy a box of shells from us. Unlike the C word in Kearney, Cabela's, they buy their guns there and then stop by me and want me to feed them. But we can help you out. But if you buy a gun from me, I have the ammo available.
Okay.
And we do have we're kind of in our slow season. Farmers are farming, ranchers are ranching. I get it. I'd like to thank everybody for a wonderful January, February, March, both gun sales and suppressor purchases. We moved a lot of suppressors. Guys want to get them in the pipeline, hopefully get them back for next hunting season. But since then, I've been slowly buying and feature a full line of firearms. Very popular right now is going to be the 9mm compact high capacities. I've got a couple, just to name out, I've got a nice Ruger Max 9, I've got a Springfield Hellcat, and I've also got a Sig Sauer P365, which are amongst the finest and different price points for somebody who wants concealed carry high capacity 9mm. Okay. Now for some of the guys my age and older that are the older gun enthusiasts, I did happen to pick up some wood stocked guns. I've got a beautiful Remington 700 chambered in 223 BDL wood stocked. You'll have to just stop by and see some of these Smith & Wesson handguns that I have purchased. They're the real deal, dating back from 1948 through 1982. Double action revolvers, anywhere from a 22 caliber to 38 caliber on up to a 44 Magnum. And also I've got a couple really nice 1911 45 ACPs that I recently acquired. A couple of them are the real deal. Valuable handguns, very nice, unfired condition. One of them is a collector. It's a cold Gold Cup match built in 1982. Okay. And besides that, all the modern firearms I've got some really nice firearms back here. We can cover you from the lever action 94 Winchester all the way up to the modern bullpup style 12 gauge shotguns. Imagine going in the goose pit with that one.
Well, it looks like you got a lot of great things here in the store, but thing we want to promote again before we close here is come to the open house tomorrow, and if they need pointed out to where the range is, stop here first.
Absolutely.
And you can point them that direction.
Absolutely. Stop by the store, say hi, we can get you prepped, and we'll have a couple guys, Tim and Greg will be on site all day. Very knowledgeable. Stop by the store here. If you get Main Street, Mason City, it's a quarter mile south on the west side, to be the right side of the road. You'll see the cars go up a little knoll, and we're set up there with a awning and some benches and the firearms, obviously.
Great.
But yeah, you bet.
And if you've never been to GunSense, folks, if you're driving on Highway 2, it's the house on the highway that's orange and white.
With the orange and white stripes right on the highway, you cannot miss us.
Nope.
Cannot miss us.
And you wanted to show one thing before we close here.
This is the 44 Mag, most powerful handgun in the world. If removed properly, it will remove the fingerprints. Yes, that's right. This is the Smith Wesson 29-2. This was built in 1970. This is the actual style of handgun that Dirty Harry, Clint Eastwood, made popular in all the Dirty Harry movies. I acquired this recently. It's in great firing condition. But if you want to look at it, this is a 29-2, which is the series that Dirty Harry made popular.
Great.
So we do have it here at the store. Also have some real nice other Smith Wesson handguns to take a look at for anybody who's a serious collector of Smiths.
All right.
So,
and the hours for the open house tomorrow?
Good question. We'll be here at 9 o'clock and we'll shoot until probably 4 or 5 in the afternoon till people get tired. I get it's going to be a hot day. People want to get out to the lake or the river and have a good time. But during the day, stop in and see us. We'll be here. We'll be here as long as we got people wanting to come out and shoot. We invite you to shoot our Barrett 50 cal suppressed. We offer 5 shots for $20. You're not going to get a cheaper opportunity. And that 50 caliber with a suppressor is less than a low brass 12 gauge when you pull the trigger. Really nice to shoot.
Awesome. Well, thanks, John.
Well, thank you, everybody. Thank you for coming out and seeing us, and we'll see everybody tomorrow.
All right, open house at Gun Sense in Mason City and out at their shooting range. But if you want to start, probably a good place to start in here. Take a look at their selection, talk to John about the suppressors, and he'll send you out to the range. And just stop at the Orange and White House right on Highway 2 in Mason City. They'd love to see you tomorrow. That does it for our remote. We'll send it back to the studio.
All right. Thank you very much, Jeremy. Thank you, John. Appreciate it. We'll look forward to having you folks stop by tomorrow for their annual event that they've had now for a few years. Also want to remind you that we'll start our reports from Omaha right after the 10 o'clock mark here this morning, so be sure and check that out. We'll be also going to the fairgrounds today to talk to the junior high rodeoers that are qualifying to go to the Nationals. That's all coming up today on KCNI KVBN.